Plashed it. Hey there, Segudo golfers. So it's just occurred to me that there is a group of people out there saying that you don't need to keep your left arm straight in the golf swing, that you should forget that entire idea. Today we're going to talk about why you need that left arm to be straight no matter who you are. And we're going to look at ways to keep your arm straight and how using your body in a certain way can get you striking the ball powerfully and with good contact. So a lot of people say keeping the lead arm straight, you don't need to do it. They look at golfers at the top and they'll see a slight bend right here and they'll say, gotcha. You don't need to keep this arm straight. But the players they reference are like Brooks Koepka or McIlroy, some really buffed people. So when you look at these golfers, they're really jacked, and at setup, you'll see, because they're so buffed, they have a slight bend in their arm at setup. When they take that arm to the top, they still see that slight bend, but they're massive muscles. They're not bending their arm. They're just keeping it the same length that it was here to the top. Now, my arm isn't as jacked, but just to show you at setup here why the lead arm is so important, if I kept it straight and I swung my shoulders back and through without shifting, that club would come in contact with the ground after the ball time and time again. So the lead arm staying straight is paramount for contact. If I shorten this arm, watch what happens to my contact. This is me just shortening my left arm slightly. Look at the ball on the ground. You see the club is raising up. Now it's coming in contact with the top of the ball. That would be a top shot almost every time. Well, there it is. The only way to recover from a bent arm is to introduce some sort of swing problem. So if I go to the top of my backswing with a bent arm, if I want to hit the ball, I have to straighten it at some point so the club can make contact with the ground. If I kept my arm bent the whole way through, the club would never come in contact with the ground. If I shorten this arm at all, it's never going to strike the ground, no matter how hard I try. And that's why golfers who shorten their arms at the top will then lengthen it on the way down, and it often looks like this. A steep downswing. Or they'll try some different rerouting. But most of the time, I'm seeing this. Because the action of hitting the ball is one of a push through the ball like this. So if you're someone who bends your arms, you're going to try and create a hitting feel by extending your arms. And anytime you shorten up, your path gets steeper. Just shortening my left arm right here, and that's pulling the shaft in and steep. It does not get shallower. So the idea that you can allow a bent left arm is nonsense. One, the geometry won't allow it. It can't. Shorten the lead arm never strikes the ball. Two, if I want to strike it solid, I want consistency. If I kept my arm in place like this, kept it straight and swung it back and through, I would hit the ball first and take a divot. You're just seeing that geometry live in action. The other benefit of keeping this arm straight is it preserves the structure of your swing so that you don't swing over the top. When I pull my arms in, shaft steep, but when I keep them together, my arm straight, that keeps the shaft in this shallow position. So as I swing back, I'm pushing my arm away, my lead arm away. That keeps the shaft shallow. When I start down, if I keep the arm the same length, it keeps the shaft on the same track back to the ball. So at no point are you seeing the shaft steepening.